Okay, where we start with? Let's start with the date of my birth. I was born May 27, 1934. I was born on a Sunday, my dad said. And I was the last one it was 8, 9, 10. There were 10 of us. It was just 8 of us live. But let me back up. When my mom and dad, it was just of they individual children. It was just 8 of us because 3 died, 2 girls and a boy. But I was the last of all of them, of the 8. So I was the 8th child, and all of them gone but me. I was the last one that came. You know what? My mama said when I was born, my daddy looked in the bed and said, "Oh, look how red her nose is." So my daddy never called me nothing but Red Nose. Up until he passed, that was my name, Red Nose. So mama said my aunt Lizzie Mae, the one that lived in Tampa, she the one named me Lizzie Mae. She give me her name. Her whole name, Lizzie Mae. And mama said my older sister, Mamie Lee, said when she seen me, she said, she looked like a little doll. And they started calling me dolls. Every time she come out of bed, mama said that. See anything about me, something said she'd always call me little doll. Her little doll. And that's why everybody started calling me doll. Daddy called me Red Nose. My mama called me baby. And all my sisters and them calling me doll. That's where I got that name from. Of the thing they said, like I told the children, I was a little girl and I was nosy because I wanted to know what mama and them were talking about. And when they were talking, okay, we didn't have a living room where everybody get in together. My mama and them in their bedroom, they had a fireplace in there. Our bedroom had a fireplace in there. But when they had company, they only entertained company in their room. And everybody sit by the fire. Or if it was summertime, they sat in the room, then they sat on the porch. But they would be in there talking. And I was a nosy little girl, wanted to know what they was talking about. So what I would do, I would tell mama my stomach hurt. I didn't feel good, and she said, go back there and lay in my bed a while. And I'd wrap up in there like I didn't know what they were saying, and I would hear everything they said. But I never would repeat it, because if I didn't, they would have known I was in there. I would have got a whooping, and never would have got a chance to, stay in there no more. But that's how I heard a lot of things that they said. I sit there sometime and I think about, it was 1940, I turned 6 years old. And when I started going to school, we moved from where we were living at, moved on the place up on the trail. And when we moved from there, I was 10 years old. Oh, Brian, I seen so much. I seen so many come, and I seen so many go. My mama kept saying, there's a bright side somewhere. The bottom rail gonna come to the top. I didn't know what they meant. The bottom rail will come down, and she was so sing this song by, I give out, but I won't give up. And that was she used to tell us all the time. Yes, you'll give out, but don't give up. Keep reaching for it. Keep praying and trusting in God that there's a bright side somewhere. Things gonna change. It ain't gonna be this way always. Now that's what they made songs out of. I thought they were just songs. When they said there's a bright side somewhere. And they were singing this song about, it won't be this way always. And they were singing about, bottom rail shall come to the top. And they were saying, keep hope alive. Don't give up hope. I didn't understand it then because I was so little. But as I grew, I understand what they were talking about. But as a child, I thought it was just a word. And I used to hear my mom and them say, don't throw rail for rail. And what the other thing she used to say? It was something that she used to say. And I was out doing that. So your mama and them said don't do it, but I'll do it. And I was just, I didn't know what it meant. Until as I grow up and everything and heard them talking and saying, now I know what my mama and them meant. I know what they meant. About there's a bright side somewhere. Thing won't be this way always. And they always coming saying, it's a new day coming where we can be able to stand up and speak our piece. And won't be scared to speak what we feel. Because there was a time we know right and we feel right, but we didn't know what happened to us if we said it. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Because if they told you telling that lie, Mr. So-and-so, they going to strangle you up. They know he did it, but they're going to kill you because you were brave enough to say he did it. And a lot of things you have to eat, my mom and them used to say. Sometimes you have to laugh. You had to laugh when there wasn't nothing funny. And sometimes you had to give up the right for the wrong. You know it was wrong, but you had to go on that side because you wasn't ready to die. You try to keep the peace as much as you could because you know what's going to happen if you told it. Because it's like I heard say a lot of time, I used to see my mama in the kitchen cooking whatever she doing, crying. And I would wonder what she was crying about. And I said, Mama, why are you crying? And she would put it like, she said, happy tears, baby, just happy tears. But as I got old enough and grown enough to know, no, it wasn't happy tears. It was what she was going through. And the only thing she could do, cried off. That's the only thing she could do. Because if she told her wasn't nobody going to listen, they were going to put her in the wrong. She was the one going to have to repent for it. So what she did, she just kept it inside. And sometimes it would get so full, she just had to cry it off. My mama had a brother named David. He had 4 girls and 2 boys. The 2 boys were the baby children. 4 girls. Whatever, Lily Ruth, and Lee, Han and Dog. There were 4 girls. Bernadette was the 2 boys. And Lee passed in 1944. I think she was 13. 1944. I believe it was in September. She passed. So then that left 3 girls. There were 4 girls and 2 boys. But then Lee passed and left 3 girls. There were Lily Ruth, Donna Mae, and Issa Mae. And then the 2 boys, Bernadette. So there were 5 of them. And they moved to Caudill, I think in September of 44. We were living up on the called Bond Trail. They moved from there and they moved to Caudill, which our mayor came from Smithfield. And we was in Leon, we was in Sumter County, but we was so close to Leon County, so our mayor went to Leon County. Leon County mayor man brought the mayor. And they moved to Caudill. And then as years went by, they moved back. And they stayed a few years and then they went back. So that's where my uncle died at. And his 2 sons and his oldest daughter, because his 2 daughters still living. The 2 sons passed on. The other daughter passed. And his 2 daughters living now. I think William may have 1 daughter living. Robert didn't have but 1 son. Last I heard of him, he was still living. But all Aunt Leila's children passed, with all of her grandchildren. And all of my mama's sisters passed on. All of her sisters' children. I think my mama about the only somebody in the bunch that have a child living, and that's me. All the rest of them, children gone. They and the children gone. Because I remember at that time I had, my Aunt Leila's husband was living, Uncle George. That one, I loved him so much, he like a granddad. And he had 2 boys, and 3 boys, William and Robert and Albert. And he had 1 daughter. We called her the sister, but her name was Bessie. She had 1 daughter. She didn't ever have 1 child. And all of their children mostly gone cause them see. Robert had 1 child, he's still living. Sister had 1 girl, her and her could still gone. And my cousin William, he had 3 girls, he had 4 girls and 3 boys. Him and all his children gone. In my mama's family, it was 2 brothers. One named Gid and one named David. And then there was, I'm going to start at the oldest one was Leila, Laura, Missy, Melissa, and Jessie. and Shafroni. Them with the girls. So my mama was from a big family, but my daddy's family was small, with only 3. So my Aunt Melissa never had any children. And my Aunt Missy, she didn't have no kids. But my Aunt Laura, she had 2 girls. Mama had more, and my Aunt Shafroni had 2 children, a girl and a boy. Them the one my mama adopted and raised, Ciatis and Amzalee. Mama raised them because she died when my sister Shug wasn't but 3 weeks old. So mama raised them. So then my Uncle Gid never fathered a child. But my Uncle David had 3 girls and 2 boys. Aunt Missy and Aunt Melissa, they never had any kids. And my Uncle Gid, I can't think of what the right name, Mom and them called them Gid, he never fathered no children. So it kind of like my brother John, my older brother John, he never fathered a child. My sister Laura, she never mothered a child. So it ran in the family because my dad's sister Annie only had 1 child. My Uncle Saul on my dad's side never fathered no child. My dad is the one that had all the children. But I remember how my mama used to cry years and years. After my grandmother died, my mama used to cry because she missed her mother so bad. Because when my mama married, I don't know how many children my mama had, but then her oldest brother, the one that took care of my grandmother when their dad died, and she always stayed with him and he took care of her, he died. And when he died, my mama moved her in with her, and she always had lived with us. And I know the feeling would come on my mama, and she would be crying. And I remember one morning she was crying, my dad I was crying, she said, my mama come into the room this morning, she just lit the room up. We gonna have a good day. Maybe we have a good year, she said, because she come in, she just lit the room up this morning, and she left a lot of joy in it. But you know, I was a child, I didn't. My sister Hazel that passed, she was 93. My mama, she was 87.